Hello historians, it is January 12th, 2021, and this is just a real brief lecture that's going to introduce you to your homework today, or your classwork. Sorry, not homework, you already have your homework, your classwork, okay? First I want to talk about the first presidents, okay? We all know George Washington first, right? Father of his country, and came up with the title Mr. President, which we still refer to our presidents that way. So the next president was John Adams. Another founding father, right? Had a huge part in both the Declaration of Independence, Declaration of Independence, and then he went off to Europe basically to work on America's economy by getting loans and establishing that process of us borrowing money, paying money back to establish our economy. The next president was Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, we know a lot about Thomas Jefferson, the good and the bad, and then we get to James Madison. And James Madison, father of the Constitution and the architect of the Bill of Rights. We know that Washington, Jefferson, and Adams were all slave owners. Our next president is another Virginian, okay, because we have Washington, Jefferson, Madison, all Virginians. And if you remember, Jefferson and Madison lived very close to each other. Also living even closer to Jefferson and Madison is our next president, who is James Monroe. James Monroe is famous, as you will find out in your classwork lessons, for the Monroe Doctrine. And the Monroe Doctrine basically said that everything kind of around the United States and Mexico and South America, the Caribbean, that is all in the American jurisdiction. That is not the business of anyone in Europe, not even Spain, not Portugal, who had established a lot of the civilization that's in South America, the modern civilization that's in South America. But we said, this is America's. This is our jurisdiction. We'll worry about it. We'll take care of it. And that will come into play as we look forward on our timeline that we're working through. So we have the Virginian presidents, right? All but John Adams out of the first five. Of course, John Adams was from Massachusetts. And then we get to, after James Monroe, we get to another New Englander, John Quincy Adams, who was, of course, John Adams' son. So we'll talk a little bit about him. And then Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson was the first man that was not from Virginia or Massachusetts. He was from Tennessee. He was a wealthy slave owner. He had a beautiful mansion in the Nashville area, and he is known for a few things, but one of the main things he is known for is the removal of Native Americans by force from the southeast of the United States, forced to walk in what they called the Trail of Tears because they weren't ready to go when they had to leave, and they literally walked from the southeast of the United States to the center of the United States to Oklahoma, where there was very little rain, it was very arid, it was practically a desert, and many of them died along the way, and many more died when they arrived at what would be called their reservation. In Oklahoma, and later they would be pushed even further west. So we're going to take a long look at Andrew Jackson in particular, and I want you to think as you watch the video on Andrew Jackson. I think there's two videos on Andrew Jackson. I want you to think about, is there any similarity between Andrew Jackson and our current president, Donald Trump? I want you, whatever you know about Trump, I want you to think as you watch Jackson if there are any similarities between them and the way Jackson was president, the way Jackson was received by the public, those kinds of things. I want you to think about comparisons. And you never know on Thursday. I might ask you to write a little something on that. Not today, but on Thursday. So that's this little short video for today. And then you're going to have a bunch of videos and things to read in the assignment that I send to you in this email. All right, so I won't see you Thursday, unfortunately. I'm still too much COVID out there. I'm still too high risk. But I will have a video for you, hopefully a fascinating one. And you have a great week. And I will talk to you again on Thursday. Bye for now.